probably didn't do anything. Hey, can you say something?
Hello.
And again?
Hello.
Alright, that is a little bit better.
Oh, this was Guild Wars. I thought this was Skyrim. Wait. What? Oh, I think it's Guild Wars. Oh, but it is Jeremy Soule. Okay. So it's essentially just Skyrim.
What is?
Oh, the song. I was like, because it sounded so familiar, and I was like, oh, this has to be Skyrim. And I looked, and it said Guild Wars, and I was like, oh wait, what the fuck? But it's
Yeah, the music is really close.
it's Jeremy Soule, so it makes sense. It's the same composer.
I cannot tell the difference sometimes.
And I have streamer mode enabled, so now if you can click on my name in in the Discord, and it'll take you right to the stream.
Nice.
Witchcraft.
You know. Oh no. I'm afraid of the ratio of bardcore to actual orchestral music now.
I'd say it's about 50-50 now.
Don't get me wrong, I love bardcore, but it's great.
Hey, Josh. Do you have dual monitors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Well, I mean, if you had a single monitor, I was gonna hold this up just so I could take peeks at your character sheet occasionally.
Oh, you mean this character
Well,
sheet?
Wait, you have to switch monitors.
Oh, it's the stream is delayed, so
Oh yeah. Oh, it's a little.
you'll see. Oh, character notes. Whoops. Let's go ahead and.
What was that? Wait a minute. Wait, I can go back, can I?
Wait a second. Hold up. I gotta read this and make sure I don't have any. No, there's nothing in there.
That's what you think.
I mean, no, I read through it all again. We're good. Yeah. Right before the stream starts, I put everything in on the other side, so I don't make that mistake. Nice try though, Porter. Nice try.
Yeah, I'm always looking. How did you get the pictures to go away in your thing?
Huh?
It's kind of nice. The pictures for the players and DM.
It's a thing somewhere.
I was asking for your assistance to find the window pop-ups.
Game settings, chat avatars, names only. It's right here. The very bottom of the settings scroll wheel on Roll20.
Oh. What is that? Oh my goodness. Okay, cool.
Despacito. Let me.
Were you doing some stuff this morning there, Ronnie? Oh. Hello.
Hello. Good morning.
That's why he didn't answer you.
Test.
Oh, hey.
Eh.
Test.
Hello.
Hello. We can hear you now.
I can actually hear you guys.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell's wrong with those headphones. I could almost not hear Galavar at all.
Oh, really? Am I quiet?
Well, I could barely hear Listen too. I don't know what's going on. They seem to get quieter and quieter.
I wonder if it's like a charge thing, like.
Well, I plug them in as soon as I'm not using them, and they were charging for a long time. So I don't think so. And every single volume on my computer was maxed out.
Maybe there's a program or like setting that's messed up and overriding it.
Yeah. I don't know.
Morning.
Hey.
Was up so late playing D&D this morning.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I was in VR chat until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Sounds great.
I fell asleep with my friend in VR chat.
I was playing Fall Guys and I rage quit because I didn't know you had to grab the crown.
Oh
no! Yeah, that's like the biggest mistake you can make.
I ran up and I slapped my face against the crown and I was like, wait, how come? What? And there's a guy behind me who
fell.
got it and I was like, okay. So I stopped playing. Very
I
frustrating.
haven't played Fall Guys, but I've watched plenty of people play Fall Guys.
no. Enough to get secondary rage.
The second-hand rage.
Oddly enough, the ones I like the least are the ball ones.
Oh yeah. I
like
hate
big ones.
I hate the tail one so much.
Dude, I'm so good at the tail
I don't
ones.
like the grabbing mechanic in that game.
It does feel weird, like it doesn't work sometimes.
Do you play with a controller or your keyboard?
My keyboard, my controller's bummy right now.
I prefer keyboard.
I heard it's better on a controller from everybody I've
It
talked
is.
to.
But you could be a better player by playing on keyboard. You know what I mean?
No,
Superior.
no.
MLG gamer.
How's it going, everybody?
Good.
Welcome back.
Were you doing some testing this morning?
Who?
You.
There's a lot.
Me? Testing what?
Well, I mean, there's just some roles that have.
Oh, yeah, there are some roles. I found a Chrome extension, or I was linked a Chrome extension that you can just have your D&D Beyond character sheet up and have a token selected on Roll20, and you can click things on your character sheet on D&D Beyond, and it will roll everything in Roll20. So I was kind of playing around with it.
Pretty cool.
But anyway, let us begin.
Maybe that's how Argyle can get his wisdom saves back.
Yeah, I gotta figure out. I have a sinking feeling that I'm gonna have to just redo the entire character sheet or something.
Oof.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Yeah. I added like 20 new Bardcore songs to the list. Little T Swift there.
Heck yeah.
Alright, I am not going to read chat today, so hopefully the stream's good. I think it's good.
So as last we left, you guys were discussing with Dosen Silverscale. He informed you that Lord Durant has been acquiring lizard folk for torture and some kind of ritual to awaken the night serpent, Dendar, who is prophesized to destroy the world upon his awakening. Dosen claims that he wants to stop it, and the only way that he could see himself stopping it was by ritualistically sacrificing lizard folk to awaken Set. He appears to be remorseful for his decisions, but glad that you're here so that we can together seek an alternate path to remove Durant from, remove Durant from the throne permanently and avert this disaster without any more bloodshed of the lizard folk.
Was Set also a serpent? Or no?
Yes.
So you're telling me that Dendar is the night serpent and Set is the day serpent, fighter of the night serpent.
As he says, he says that Set is, he was a more level-headed deity. He wanted to just see his people prosper as a legitimate nation among others.
Okay.
Yeah, Meat does not trust him very much, but we have objectives.
Yes, I do understand. I expect you to hate me. Anything else would be... well, it wouldn't be very wise on my part. I know what I've done, but I do want to remove Lord Durant from the throne.
And place yourself on it.
Yes, that is the idea. I understand it looks like a basic power struggle. But know that I never really wanted to be in command. I was comfortable. I led a good life. I am Lord Durant's #1 advisor. You know, I do have a. I'm somewhat blessed to be able to talk to all the travelers that he's imprisoned. You ever heard of Volo? The author of Volo's Guide to Monsters, I
Have
believe he called it.
have I?
Probably.
I've probably seen his book around.
He was actually imprisoned here for a while, and I was the one that helped him escape. But so I've stood by while Lord Durant has done terrible things, and for that I know that I don't deserve to be ruler of this land, but I don't think we have a choice.
NASA's not happy about this, and she definitely has a lot more questions.
Well,
Lord
now is the
Durant.
time to ask.
Lord Dosen, I would like to talk to my group privately, please.
Absolutely, but please, it's just Dosen.
Very well, Dosen.
And he kind of goes back to his desk and sits down and starts writing some stuff.
Okay. So I go over and we huddle in a corner, I guess, and I start talking to the rest of the Stratava. So, what do you guys think? I'm not sure. I mean, he's admitted that he's sacrificing your kinsman, and he's admitted that he wants to take the throne himself. He overthrows Durant. I honestly don't know whether we should help him or not. What is your
Honestly, I think it's probably the only good bet that we have in this kind of struggle. Because otherwise, if we just go directly after Durant ourselves, we're going up against essentially the entire palace guard and army. Whereas if we have Dosen here to start a coup and help us to achieve, taking down Durant, then I'd say we have more of a shot. We aren't going up against an entire city on our own.
true? It's kind of like the least bad, a bunch of bad options.
There are no good options here.
Yeah.
Hey, Ronnie.
Yeah, what's up?
Would I happen to know if Set was actually the good snake, or if, these rituals sound familiar?
I think I might have rolled for that. Pretty sure that was my 25 when we last played. I thought so, at least.
Yeah, I think so. I think between you guys, you kind of piece together that's as far as the historical, as much historical evidence as there could be. You think that's pretty accurate?
He hasn't really given us a reason not to trust his.
I mean, he
methods
has admitted that he's the one who ordered extra lizard folk to be captured, and he's admitted that he sacrificed them. And I mean, the fact that he's admitting it to us is a good thing. Like, shows he's being truthful. Really didn't need to tell us he was the one responsible. But again, he was responsible for that, so it's kind of like a good bad.
So are we deciding whether it's best to help him or if we trust him? I'm a little confused here.
We don't trust him, but we're deciding whether to help him. At least I don't trust him.
Okay. Um. I mean,
But I
for
am
us-
willing to help him because I think that's the only way to stop what's happening.
Yeah. He's laying a lot of information out there for someone we can't trust, but yeah, I don't trust him either.
I still think we can help him though. I can get behind that.
I'm wondering if there's a way for us to help him and achieve,
And then backstab him at the very end.
well, more so help him so that we can take down Durant, but also somehow not also summon another snake god deity.
I don't think more snake god deities.
Hmm.
Well, from your discussion with him, he's said that now that you're here, he
Doesn't need to summon.
doesn't need to summon Set.
Oh, okay. I missed that part.
So
Well,
I guess it is beneficial for us to help him too, so he stops trying to summon Set.
And he also, last time, said that he would release all of the lizard folk.
That they currently have, the ones they didn't sacrifice.
Right.
And I think we have to help him.
yeah.
Sounds like a win-win to me.
Yeah, considering the proverbial moon that is slowly descending to our planet, yeah, I'd say we kind of need to help him by taking out that guy. Then we can deal with
Durant.
any consequences later.
Yeah. Most immediate threat is Durant.
Mm-hmm.
I step away from the huddle and I start walking towards Dosen and I say, Dosen, these are some pretty large claims, world ending and such. Do you have any way to prove what is happening here?
Are you capable of scrying by any chance?
I am.
He reaches over and he opens up a drawer, and he pulls out a nasty looking, kind of jagged, roughed up scale. And he says, "This is one of Lord Gerard's scales.
Hmm.
Should you want to scry on him yourself, this might help."
Okay. I'll pull out
And
my
he
my
hands
scrying
it to
pan.
you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put the scale in the
Says, "Oh."
scrying pan.
Okay. Says, yes, yeah, feel free.
How did you get one of his scales? I say as I'm not really looking at him, but looking into the scrying pan.
I have allies around the city that I vet myself. And one of them happens to clean Lord Durant's audience chamber. Happened upon a scale and whisked it away for myself.
Hmm.
Otherwise, these things would be very tightly controlled. For obvious reasons.
Do your allies know of your plan?
I only inform them of what they need to know. It's not more so much that they know I'm planning anything, it's just that they are loyal to me. They do what I ask.
Gotcha. Hey, do you remember how many uses my scrying pan has? I didn't write it down.
I thought it just uses a 5th level spell slot.
Oh.
Otherwise, it's. I mean, if you're casting scrying and you're using it, it doesn't wear out or anything.
Oh, okay.
It's just the focus for the scrying.
To do the ritual, are you just like flipping the whatever's in the scrying pan over and over again while you just kind of like shimmy it in the air?
Yeah.
It's like,
Sizzles with
God.
energy.
yeah, it's almost done. Flip.
Alright, so I'll look into the scrying pan.
All right, so you spend 10 minutes, I think it takes to scry.
Yeah, I didn't fucking write anything down.
Well, you have the spell scry, right?
No.
You don't.
No, I've just been. I thought it was something. I mean, I guess I didn't understand when I bought it. Like, I thought it was just an item that allows me to scry.
Yeah. No, it's actually like a focus with which you
Oh,
can
so it's only a
cast the
component?
scry spell. Yeah.
Oh, why the fuck did I buy this then? Okay. I had no
Did
idea.
you-
I legit
I
thought it
assumed
was.
you.
No, I had
I
no
thought you
idea.
had the scry spell. Oh, well, does anybody else know how to scry?
Well, that kind of changes a lot of stuff that happened pretty recently.
I do. I know how to scry.
I thought I was scrying, but I was just making bacon.
I swore it had like charges, like. Okay, I don't know.
Oh, you mean kind of like the thing that you gave Manasa, right?
Yeah, like the ring.
Yeah, I thought it was like my Orb of Secrets or my Medallion of Thoughts where I had like a charge, a daily charge.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you were just trying to buy a material component for your scrying spell. All right, Manasa, what do you do?
Okay, so I take the scale and I cast scrying. So it takes me about 10 minutes.
Right. During which Dosen reaches in well, he goes over to a bookshelf and he starts going through books and he pulls out or it's a scroll shelf. It's got a bunch of scrolls on it. He pulls out a scroll and he hands it to Liston.
I'm because my focus for scrying is my amulet,
Your locket.
my locket. So I basically
Yeah, I already have a focus. I already have my crystal ball.
I have my locket open and I'm just kind of staring into it.
Well, it has to be 1,000 gold piece focus.
Yeah.
For scrying.
I bought the amulet specially for scrying because it's 1,000 gold piece necklace and it has a mirror in the middle of it, so that I can use it as because it says a focus worth at least 1,000 gold pieces, such as a crystal ball, a silver mirror, or a font filled with holy water. So it's got my amulet has a silver mirror, or my locket has a silver mirror in the middle. That's what I use for my focus for scrying. So I'm staring into the silver mirror in my locket, and when 10 minutes is up, what do I see?
So while you're casting that, and Dosen hands a scroll to Liston, it is a scroll of scry.
Oh, okay.
Scrying.
Well, thanks.
Put this in my scrying pan.
Put that in your pan and scry it. Yeah, so Manasa's eyes kind of go white as she's looking in this into her locket, into the silver mirror, and Manasa, you see just the most horrifying sight: an entire room lined up with lizard folk that are chained up, and around them are these sigils that are glowing with energy, and they seem to all be having horrifying visions and crying out and gnashing and trying to fight against whatever it is that
They're
what they
seeing.
think they're seeing. And
I'm describing this out loud as I
Okay.
see it, so that everyone else can.
and nearby them, each one has a it looks like a some kind of crazy contraption with tubes and vials and mechanical objects that are pulsing open and closed with bellows, and there are vials of this glowing liquid that is slowly dripping into the vials and filling them up.
Is it like
Nearby, there are multiple practitioners that are walking around, adjusting their glasses, writing in notebooks, turning knobs on machines, and occasionally drawing extra runes on the floor or drawing places for new stations.
okay?
And you realize this whole scene has kind of dwarfed the whole reason that your scrying has taken you to the spot that you're at, and you glance over, and hardly moving, almost statuesque, is standing there tall, a 20-foot long or 20-foot tall large serpentine figure, giant snake of monstrous proportions with jagged scales and wicked looking eyes, just watching the entire thing unfold.
Do I recognize him as Durant from any drawings or things around the city?
Yes, the telltale is the same crown that you've been seeing up on all of the statues around the city.
Okay.
And not long after you've been scrying on this horrifying scene, and you notice Durant, his head snaps towards you, and he slithers up towards you, looks at the scrying sphere, puts his eyes straight up to it so that all you can see is his serpentine eye. He backs up, and with a quick snap, he lashes at the orb, and you are pulled out of the scrying.
Holy. Okay. Crap. Guys, he knows we're here. He just saw my scrying orb, and he was able to pull me out of the scry. This is not good, guys. He's doing some scary stuff.
Well, there goes my first question, which is how long do you think we have?
I don't think we have very long at all.
He could tell it was you, though, I imagine. You just saw an orb.
It's unclear, as your friend here says. He might not know who you are or where you are. And I don't know how unfamiliar he is with being scryed on in the first place. It's happened to me quite a few times. I keep an eye out for it as well.
Well, then I suppose time is of the essence, and any plans we need to put in motion, we should do so. His guard is probably going to be alerted.
Let me tell you where he is located. The court of Lord Durant is buried deep under the earth, quite a few miles west of where we're at right now. But it has no surface, has no exit to the surface, but a portal here in the city. I don't know what part of the city you came through today, but had you gone through the west side of the city, you would see a large wall, very heavily guarded. Only Lord Durant's closest advisors and personal guard are allowed on that side of the city. Past that wall, there's a large door, complicated in its make,
Ah.
that can only be opened, I assume, with an extremely large amount of firepower or a simple incantation that I do happen to know. Problem is, well, my idea is if we can lure considerable amount of Lord Juron's forces away to defend the city, we may be able to just slip in. I can open the door. You can take the portal down to Lord Durant and take care of him.
Hmm.
But it would have to be a sizable force to draw that many troops away from his defense.
Well, I think all three of the lizard folk tribes would be force enough to get them to want to defend the city.
I think so.
Yes, you are discounting the Vuthagix, I assume, when you say 3.
Yes, we were not able to make contact with.
Yeah, I think I understand.
Yeah, they're
How
isolationist, and we have only had one interaction with the leader, and he seems very selfish and not able to be reached.
what leader do you speak of?
That would be. Let me see here. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that.
The Black Dragon Ravnalaxolith.
Ah, yes, Rodna Laxalith. I think Rodna Laxalith and my people have had an uneasy truce for a long time. See, Rodna Laxalith, sorry if I'm telling you something you already know, but it is over 800 years old. Been around for a long time.
Was he here for the last quarrel of the Night Serpent?
It's unclear. It's hard to really get any information from her.
Hmm.
But how willing do you think the lizard folk tribes would be to come together in this assault?
Very.
Talked most of them, and they've all pretty much agreed to come to our aid after we did some things for them, and we've done those. So I think that they will honor their word and come to our aid.
Yes, it sounds like standard adventurer work, from what I understand. Solve somebody else's problem and get something in return.
That's also how politics work. You're going to need to know that if you're going to be king.
Huh. I know plenty about politics. So all 3 of them have pledged to fight for you then?
Yes.
Good. Good. Well, if you can lead them in an assault against the city, be enough of a distraction to sneak you into the portals to Siskanaja, Lord Duran's court.
So we will need to decide. All of us are going to be sneaking into the tunnels. So we're going to have to leave the attack to the tribes. We will coordinate with the tribes, tell them what we need, but we will all be with you, sneaking into the.
Know that I cannot be implicated in coordinating this assault. Should anyone find out that I helped you with this, that I facilitated this, the transition of power will not be smooth.
Of course. But know this. If you betray us, it'll take more than a city to stop me from killing you.
I am aware of how powerful you adventurers can become. I will not cross you. And in fact, I hope maybe someday to further work with you to solidify the relationship that the Yuan-Ti and the lizard folk should have had, and the lizard folk with the rest of the world, and the Yuan-Ti with the rest of the world.
Well, a lot of that will depend on what happens now.
That is
Hey,
true.
Manasa,
Yes.
so you were able to use a tree to take us to that island, right?
Yes.
I was about to ask something very similar.
Yeah, it's like, would you be able to use that ability for us to go to the villages and alert them?
I can go. I only have 2 spell slots high enough to cast that spell.
Mm.
So I could go to.
Oh, I know. If we, as long as we alert 2 of the villages, we don't have to worry about the Varanus because they'll end up running into Jank anyway. Because the Varanus clan is on the way to the city. So their armies would basically converge in the Varanus clan, and then they don't really need to inform or strategize with Jank because he's basically going to just bash his head against a wall anyway.
Doesn't Liston have like a piece of wire that he can talk to people with?
Yeah, I think he does.
I have sending. I was just thinking of a way we could possibly get Ravna Laxalith on our side.
Oh?
If he has any knowledge of the Night Serpent and feels challenged in any way by that, I can try to instill a nightmare of the Night Serpent into his mind while he sleeps and lead him this way. But to do that, and this is DM, do I remember in our brief fight with Ravna Laxalith if a scale or something, because I think we did like 200 damage to him overall, if something had fallen off from his body while we were fighting him, like in the air. If there was like
Possibility.
any piece that might have fallen over the marsh.
Even like
Yeah.
blood on our clothes or something like
Yeah, I
that?
just need
Yeah,
anything from his body.
Sure, yeah, you think you definitely knocked a few scales off, at least.
If we have,
Dragon-sized scales aren't small.
yeah, even if it was just a chip, something very small, like anything, I would have a better chance of making this work.
You know who I bet might actually have one of those little pieces?
Who's that?
Naname.
May.
He's been chewed on by that dragon, so I wouldn't be surprised if he like happened to have found something and is keeping it with him.
It's a possibility. I was just
I mean,
considering if we.
Malaxolith has been eating Noname, so even a piece of Noname's stuff might work because it's inside of Ravnalaxolith.
It's a long shot. I'm not sure the spell will work like that.
No, I
Hmm.
think that we definitely, there's a scale, I'm sure,
If
or
we
like bloody clothing or something that we have
if we could
from
use
that fight.
your spell to teleport to a tree in the area that we were fighting with him, if we could look around.
Okay, so the way my spell works is it opens a portal for like 6 seconds. And I have to prepare that spell, and I don't have it prepared right now. So we wouldn't be able to do it until tomorrow.
Well, Lord Durant will be like alerted, like he'll be on alert, but he still doesn't know who's been scrying on him, and we still have something of an element of surprise because he probably doesn't see the lizard folk highly enough to think that
That they-
they're actually trying to do something about this. So as far as he knows, this is just another like internal power struggle. So somebody he suspects of scrying on him maybe might have done it, but he wouldn't take an action against them and risk an upset that might actually start a coup. At least that's my take on it. He's probably just very pissed off right now that somebody was looking at him, but hasn't really sussed who.
True.
Okay. But again, so the way it works is it opens a portal for 6 seconds. So unless we can get a message across in 6 seconds, if we go there, stay for any period of time, and come back, I have to use both of my spells for one trip.
Mm.
Right. But from my understanding, Liston will send a message to each of the leaders, but he would like if we could travel over to the marsh area where we fought Ravnalaxolith, take
Find
a
the
search
scale.
around, yep, and then come back. So
And
it would be
that's
2
totally possible tomorrow.
tomorrow.
So
yes.
that would be north of the Corrido clan.
Actually, definitely would prefer. Well, if Manasa had seen a tree there, then she could just jump to any one of those trees, correct?
Yes.
Like over
Mhm.
where we were fighting. So,
There was a lot of trees.
The forest.
yeah, just I would ask Manasa to try to pinpoint where you think the battle was heaviest, that we might be most likely to find a scale from Ravnalaxolith. I also have locate object that I've never used before, so
Oh.
I might just prepare that for tomorrow. And in the meantime, I will definitely try to piece together a dream that I think I could lure Ravnalaxolith here with. And I look to Dosen and I say, do you have is there any vivid drawings or descriptions of oh crap, what was his name? Dendar, that I might be able to either look over or like have explained to me, so that when I create this dream, uh, it will be most convincing.
Yes, we will. I will show you what I have, and he'll pull some like a book out of the shelf, and he'll bring it over and open it up, and it's pretty ancient looking drawings that depict, a giant black serpent with almost like a sporadic silver scales dotted along its entire body that almost look like stars. Or you could see how somebody would see as like stars across the night sky.
Okay. I just try to take it all in and just like memorize it as best as I can, all the details.
Ooh, and somewhere in the nightmare, you should do the thing to where he's in class, but he forgot to like put on pants.
Noted. I just start
Just a
writing.
dragon like sitting at a desk, and then there's like, "Oh, would you come up?" Oh, and then he looks down. He's not wearing pants. He's like, "Oh my god!"
Do you know what language um, well, how did Dendar might speak in? Does he speak Draconic, or does he even speak at all? To dose.
Most likely he would speak Draconic, yes.
Okay.
He speaks Dookie.
Okay. I will spend. What time is it now?
It's about 3 p.m.
Okay. So before I go to bed, I will. If we decide we're gonna do anything else, but like close to when we're about to sleep, I'm going to spend like the rest of my evening like looking over the descriptions and various literature on Dendar.
Okay.
I would like to look at the city maps and plans to do our battle strategy, where we should be sending the different tribes and what's the best way for it to make it seem like a real attack, like to really distract all the people in the city.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so we have. Do we know the 3 specific individuals that I will be sending something to? Because I have. I mean, I could send more, but it's a level 3 spell slot, and I'd like to.
The 3 leaders of each of the tribes.
Okay.
So
Now, one of those leaders doesn't exactly trust us. The first one. Um, who wasn't there?
You're
Was that?
talking Achuak of the
Yes.
Yeah.
Agama clan.
And how do we know that she will?
actually come.
Yeah.
Well, she was the one that gave the initial, what's the word? She gave us the initial rules that the only way that they would join is if we managed to get the other 2 tribes to agree to fight.
Was it just the other 2?
Or was it the other 3 and we didn't get
None of the tribes really acknowledge the Buthagigs as like
Okay.
the tribe?
negotiable. They see them as this scary thing that they just try not to mess with and hope that it doesn't fuck with them in return. So, yeah, the other one wasn't really one of the criteria for her conditions. Conditions, that's the words I was looking for.
Okay. We just.
But that being said, if we could get a fucking giant black dragon on our side, then that would probably be really good.
Yeah, it'd be.
Maybe it would be best to send your message to that tribe's leader first.
Yes. Hmm.
Seeing as though it seems you're more sure about the other 2.
True.
Yeah, good point.
I can do that I can do that tonight. But which means we'd also have to coordinate when everybody should be here. If we're talking about urgency, it's going to take quite a bit of time to get an entire army,
To the gates of the city.
Well,
yeah, from across the Marsh of Kalimber.
all we have to do is get the 2 tribes to the Varanus, and once they actually get there, like they're not like the Varanus is already ready for war, so they'll immediately head here, united essentially.
Which
But it'll
will
take
still
time.
take at
Yeah.
least how long, Ronnie? Like a day or 2?
I mean, it took us a couple days, and we're probably
Yeah,
faster
3
than an entire army would be going across the swamp.
3 or 4 days from the Varanus.
So if that is our plan, and if we're thinking about urgency, that
I mean,
personally,
at least
I
a
feel
week.
like we can wait. I feel like Durant
We
doesn't
can lay
know that
low
it
in the
was
city.
us.
Yeah.
We can keep an eye out, keep our ears open if we learn of anything.
And I mean, we have basically his right hand man here, so it's not like we're going to be want for food or anything like that. So
Hmm.
this guy can hide us, here in this. I'm assuming it's probably a pretty big like house or like villa kind of
Right.
thing.
Exactly.
We just need
And
to
nobody
formulate a plan
peers.
first so I can send the message. They'll know when to show up and where to show up. Um, and then we just need to account for the time that it'll take them to get here. So
Hmm.
we need.
Before they leave the marsh, maybe have them assemble at the Varanus before they march on Sistar to Sun.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And our signal to move will be when suddenly, I'm assuming there'd be war horns or something used, and the palace guard would probably go rushing to the walls.
There would there would be signals sent out, war horns, as you say, to alert everybody of an attack.
They don't have siege equipment. Shit. I was just about to say like, oh, the Varanus would probably still have the like catapults or whatever, but then I realized they got wiped out when we got hit by that fucking meteor spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. They each have their own strengths.
How long do you think we have? I looked at Dosen. Um, before King Durant's plan comes to fruition.
It's impossible to tell.
Hmm.
If my math is correct, I'd say at least a week. You see Galavar counting on his fingers.
He's holding up the wrong number of fingers.
Crap, at this rate, I'm gonna need to start using my toes. Oh, you mean like he's holding up 7 fingers on one hand?
That too. Uh, so, I guess the
So
first
do you,
things first is we have our idea of bringing the armies of the various lizard folk clans together. When do we want this strike to happen?
Well, as soon as possible.
I
Which
think
is
we may need to determine the when once they get to Varanus
Mm-hmm.
and are all gathered together, because it's all going to depend on how quickly they can get here.
Then we'll just have to give the tribes the express, like, basically let them know, hey, go to Varanus, and you'll know when to go, and we'll just tell Jank like, all right, fight now.
okay.
I mean, that entire tribe is already like chomping at the bit. Once they get the go ahead, then they'll lead the rest of them.
Gives us time to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
I'd wanna
Yeah,
use
we
it for
can.
something anyways.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, because in the time while they're rallying, you might be able to do some stealthy scouting and try to figure out a path for us to take once the shit hits the fan.
To get into there?
Yeah.
Well, it sounded like Silver Tongue here had an idea already.
Well, possibly a plan B might be good to have just in case. Maybe Durant is skeptical of his right hand man.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Might might be
he
good
can
to know of a secondary passage or perhaps a secret passage.
I'm afraid there's really only one way into Lord Durant's port, as far as I know.
Ah, the front door.
Which you look like a front door kind of lizard folk.
Yeah, you could say that.
Um,
Mm.
I know his name is Silver Scale, but I'm going to call him Silver Tongue anyways. So, Silver Tongue, uh, are
Uh,
there any good places for like some magic items and stuff like that? I've been in the search for a special ring.
Absolutely. I believe you should be able to find some magical items. Feel free, wander the city, maybe carefully. Maybe
Uh,
try to keep your head low.
yes, I'll shift closed and then have my eyeballs hidden.
Right?
Oh, I bet our girl could actually like walk around with him too, cause he'd be able to just turn into like a snake person.
Snick.
I'm sure Meat could probably go around too, because he's a lizard folk, so they're used to seeing lizard folk around. Especially,
Probably in shackles.
yeah.
I
Well, I
have
mean, no,
manacles.
because he said there was a lot of like merchants and like workers
Mm.
who
Without the
were,
collars, right?
yeah, without collars, who are actually like in the city doing stuff. So
Hmm. Yeah, and they wouldn't recognize me in particular as like anyone notable, just some kind of passer through.
well, I'm sure they're the type of people that don't notice any lizard folk. You know,
Ah,
like they noticing the help is beneath them. You know.
what you're saying is I have poor man's camouflage.
Yes. Hmm.
What item are you looking for, Galavar?
A ring of X-ray vision.
Okay.
If that happens to be round, I've just been keeping an eye out for it.
Alrighty. Um, so if you're gonna go out and search for it, go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
15.
Pretty good.
Alright, I have a message or sending prepared. 25
Alright.
words. This is actually really hard.
Go ahead with your sending.
Okay, to Atchwek.
I'd rather not, honey.
Are we ready?
Alright, go for it.
Atchwek, this is Meet's cohort Liston. We have learned of a plan from King Durant to summon Dendar. Rally your army to Varanus with haste. That was exactly 25 words.
Nice.
Nice.
Listen, I cannot, in good conscience, send an army under the orders of strangers and the patricide. We are seeking a more diplomatic solution.
You fucking idiot. A more diplomatic solution.
Forgot to mention the coup d'etat.
I felt like. I mean, how am I gonna fit that? I only have. It's a level 3
Hmm.
spell slot. I mean, I only have 25 words.
Uh, so she needs to know that the other tribes will be fighting And there is no negotiation with the fuck it. What, I keep forgetting their name. I have it written down here. The Yuan-Ti.
Peaceful solution not possible. Other tribes have agreed to combine. We need you in Uranus as soon as possible. There's still 6 more words.
I think I
Get
can get
off
it down to
your
7.
ass, lizard.
Yes. Get off your ass, lizard.
I was gonna say there's still time,
There's
or
still
while
time.
there is still time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Korito and Varanus are in. Satharstan has coup d'etat. Thank you. That's 9 words. Listen. I think.
I knew what the song was, but it still hit late. Mm.
Gulliver asks you, hey, who here is good at drawing?
Raises her hand and says, I'm really good, and then she shows you an awesome stick drawing. It's not good.
Wow.
Our girl sort of like scratches his head and goes like, I guess I'm okay, and like pulls out just like a really amazing like sketch.
I need a picture of our logo. Argo.
Oh, the Stratava logo.
Yes.
Yeah, like our girl pulls out a piece of paper and just sketches it up real quick, and then hands it to him.
Thank you. Fold it up and put it in my inside pocket.
Is that a calling card?
No, it's for something later. Hopefully
Oh.
I'll be able to find it.
So looking ahead to the future, Galavar, when you go out searching for this ring,
Yes.
you are unable to find one exactly. You find some other magic items, but and you get quite a few merchants that are trying to push all kinds of other things on you.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them look pretty sketchy. The people and the items. But yeah, no ring of X-ray vision.
No worries.
Someone promises it's totally a ring of X-ray vision, but you're pretty damn sure it's just a pasta.
My next thing while we're here is hopefully someone who can work with haste that is a metal worker.
Oh god. Okay. I have another sending ready.
All right, what metalworking thing are you looking for?
I need to make a set of 5 rings.
Oh,
Platinum.
all right. Yeah, actually, you're able to find a jewelry smith that has 5 rings, platinum rings, made up already.
Am I able to get our logo embedded onto them? And I show them the drawing.
Yeah, they should be able to do it by the evening.
Perfect.
And grave them on there.
Should I just put that in my inventory or?
Sure. How much were they?
50 gold pieces each. So
Cool.
250?
Yep, sounds good. All right, Liston, what's sending? Hit me.
Um, one sec. I'm making some small edits. And
Okay.
I gotta count real quick. I'm assuming Liston is just writing on a notepad right now, like with a quill, and he's just writing out the message beforehand. 7, 8, 9,
just
10,
standing over
11,
shoulder
12,
watching.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. Sending it to Atuak again. Peaceful solution not possible. Other tribes already agreed to rally, including thousands UNT defectors. There's no... I missed a word there. Last warning before the demise of the Agama. Fight or flee.
Sounds a little aggressive.
Well, I don't think she's...
Yeah, kind of got to get aggressive.
Yeah, I don't think she's gonna agree if... She's definitely gonna be the hardest person to work with.
Mm-hmm.
If not, that's why I was suggesting we had contacted someone else of the Agama. Like the shaman or
She
someone.
replies, "We'll confer with the rest of the council. Unlikely they will still allow you this trust. Might be better if we meet in person."
It's gonna be a week. Oh, dude.
Hmm?
Well, I mean, if it's gonna be a week before all the other troops can get there. Tomorrow, if we want, I can. One of the other days, I can actually take us to Agama. Okay, how about this? How about tomorrow morning, after my spell is prepared, I will use transport via plants to take us to Agama to talk to her in person. As soon as we're done with that, then I will use transport via plants to take us north of Corrido to find the shell. We'll have to spend the night in Corrido, but then the next morning I can use transport via plants to take us back to city.
This wait, is it? Hold on. Yeah, Dosen. If we're in his kind of like villa or something, does he have like a courtyard with a tree in it?
Yeah. Yeah, he does, absolutely.
I'm imagining like these kind of houses are kind of like the really nice ones in like California.
Yeah, absolutely. When you said villa, you nailed
Yeah.
exactly what I was thinking.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
thinking
like, all right, we have
like
a point.
Greece or like
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah,
where
like a
there's like a
Greek
garden in the middle of the house
/
like,
Egyptian
Mhm.
villa.
It's all kind of like the tile roofs and the kind of the white like plaster walls, but it's all like really big, impressive walls and stuff.
Right. Lots of iron and gold statues of Floyd Durant.
Okay. Well, sounds like we have a plan.
does.
Well, I guess let's just try to put it in
Well,
motion
yeah.
then.
Send do your sendings to the other two tribes, and we will go to Agama tomorrow.
Okay. List is upset that he has to use 4 spell slots.
We're not really doing anything for the rest of the day. It's already pretty.
Yeah, but we don't know if we're gonna get attacked in
Well,
the
I
night or
guess
anything.
Yeah, we don't trust Osen, that's true.
Who am I contacting from Corito?
That was
Burrito?
your toast.
Yeah.
Ear toes? Ear toes?
Your toast.
Your toes.
I don't have that written down.
Draconic for secret.
I can't remember. What did we do in Corito? Oh, we took out the hag?
Sisters. The
We
hags,
banished
yeah.
The
it.
hags and the lumberjacks.
Yeah. And then I ghost rid a lumberjack machine into one of them.
And we talked to the hillbilly fish.
Oh yeah.
Catfish worthy.
Yes, catfish worthy.
Oh, and I burned down a tree.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you did. And we stole plants from the tree.
Galavar bullied a tree into giving up hagweed.
God damn it.
It was worth it.
I ain't no snitch.
Oh, what are you doing with that fire? No, no! If you eat detritus from the bottom of a lake, you might be a catfish.
Is lizard folk one word?
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, no.
Well, in regular English, it's 2 words, but in fantasy English, it's 1 word.
Indubitably.
That's 5 words.
Yeah.
Well, that's what, 5 consonants? No, syllables. Syllables, that's the word I was looking for. I was like, wait, consonants not right?
Liston is just staring at Meat and just like blinking.
He's holding up different fingers on both hands, like, Stop staring at me!
Liston's carefully crafting a sending.
Yeah, just for them to be like, I don't know, maybe you should send another one to me.
They're doing that, what is it, the SpongeBob meme? You're just like, send help. You're like, oh, god damn it.
This is too much. This is too much words. 1, 2, 3.
I'm just imagining, like, there would be these, like, 2 scholars or something using this to send messages back and forth, and then while one's sending a message, just like, thank you for your, the information, blah, blah, blah. Oh, fuck, it's a bee! Oh, get it out! Get the bee out of here! And it's just, like, cuts off, like, oh, damn it!
Let's
Maybe
see.
you're overthinking some of this stuff here.
I don't think I am. I was very, very clear with what I said to Achuak, and she still was like, nope.
Atchwack's gonna atchwack.
You have to have some sort of urgency. You have to have some sort of undertones of it's gonna get worse if you don't just decide to fight, but also make it seem like it's not a suicide mission.
We're gonna be in and out pretty quickly once we actually get in there.
Oh, have you fought a 20-foot? I mean, I guess we have fought a 20-foot, 20-foot lizard person before.
Let's see, going down the list of things we fought. We fought a dragon. We fought a giant serpent. We fought
A hag from another dimension that we sent back there.
a hag from another dimension that we sent back there.
He's like saying all this while doing the exaggerated like hand way over the back of his head and then back down onto another finger, just like, and this. These kind of like in between conversations are a lot funnier to think of them like as in character. Trying to think of all the weird shit we did fight.
Weird shit.
We fought mind flares, but we don't talk about that because we did get our ass kicked that one time. But we came out on top later.
Drow matriarchs.
Okay, that
Whole lot
doesn't.
of
Just because
demons.
we fought powerful stuff doesn't mean there's never going to be something more powerful that'll kill us all. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
There's always a bigger fish, yeah. And we'll just have to kill that fish and make fish and chips.
Listen is just like now angrily writing this note and like scribbling shit and like writing news.
It's just that
You know what?
sound of almost ripping paper.
Why don't you cast the sending spell, huh? Oh, you don't know it. Oh, okay.
But what if I write the message?
What's your
You
intelligence?
seem to be overthinking.
He's-
Have you even
I'm
read a
very
book?
Smart, thank you. I've read a lot of books, mind you. I like
My
the
God.
picture ones better, but
So if it makes you feel any better, we don't have to send a message right now to the Varanus. They're already waiting. They've already
Yeah,
agreed to do
which
all
is
that.
why I'm
They're
sending
gonna
it
just
to
be waiting for
Corito.
orders. Yeah.
Okay.
Right, and all-
This is meet
yeah.
cohort listing. A coup in progress against King Duran, inadvertently freeing your people. We'll get worse without your help. Rally to Varanus.
Yeah.
sure. Whatever you
Yeah.
think, listen.
Oh
That's
my
all they
god.
need.
I'm about to fucking disintegrate.
I'm
Galabar.
gonna teleport right next to Meat, and I'm gonna whisper in his ear. I'm like, "Hey, do you still have that pride tentacle?"
Oh, yeah, here.
Hey, thanks. I want to hit Listen with the pride tentacle.
Alright, well, listen, scribbling, you come up to the side and slap him with the
I have
mind
to-
flayer tentacle.
yeah.
You're breaking up,
Uh,
BB.
Yeah, it's because I was sprinting up the stairs. I'm making coffee. Where's my pride? Wait, where'd it go?
I'm gonna
Oh, there it
cast
is.
suggestion on Galavar.
Oh my god.
Our girl looks really uncomfortable, like mom and dad are fighting. and we're all still trying to eat.
this is gonna go poorly. What are you suggesting?
Go find something productive to do.
Galavar, make a wisdom saving throw. Alright, Galavar goes out to buy some rings.
Oh, shit. Alright.
Uh-oh, that is a great way to tie that into some continuity. He goes after him like, hey, my tentacle.
Oh man. Okay, casting, sending it to ear toes.
Got it. She replies, we understand. We will get our people together immediately and march to the Varanus.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
I'd say I told you, but I'm trying to chase Galavar down and get my tentacle back.
How long do I think that it'll take an army to get from Corito to Varanus?
Let's see. 2 days.
Okay. I mean, I guess I can sending a 4th level spell, sending to Jank. Hey Jank, this is Liston.
I was saying, you don't need to send him anything. They're already waiting. Like,
Well, they don't know that they're being rallied just yet. I was gonna give them a 2 days notice.
The Karanis or the Credo will be there.
Yeah.
oh, well, what I'm saying is like.
Me,
they're
I'm in the
already
middle
there
of a
waiting
message.
for it.
Credo are coming. Get space ready.
He replies back, "Good, it's about time. We'll get a place for them, Corrido, to settle down. We've been reverse engineering the catapults.
Nice.
It should be good to go soon. I look forward to." And then it cuts out.
I tell the rest of the group. Well, I tell the rest of the group that are there, not Galabar.
Or Meat, because Meat chased after Gallivant.
Ah,
He
okay.
sent him back.
Yeah, Dosen, Argrol, and and Manasa.
Jenks just sitting there like, oh yeah, hey, is this thing on? Hello? 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 Just standing there in a room.
Jenks just like
getting stared at.
swiping. He thinks it's like a mosquito. He's just like swiping at the air. He's like, what the?
The hell was that?
He's like, he turns around a few times. Listen. Where's he at? Is he outside?
Is it my imagination?
Do you just
God
turn
damn it.
Jank into Sylvester Stallone?
Accidentally. I was not intending to do that. I just had to like slackjaw. I had like slackjaw and just lazy pronunciation that just threw me straight into Sylvester Stallone apparently.
Alright. So you've sent your sendings. You got kind of a tentative plan. Galavar finishes doing up some stuff in the city. You guys, anything else you need to do before night time?
Nope. I'm gonna prepare the dream spell for tomorrow.
Okay.
And then
Yeah, I need to prepare the transport via plants for tomorrow. I'll take away Druid Grove. I don't think we'll need Druid Grove anytime soon.
Before everyone disappears, I hand out a ring to everybody.
Ooh.
I tell everyone, this will help in the future. Yeah, so here, just make sure you have it on at all times.
Is it-
Stratava signet ring.
So I hand out 4 and keep 1 for myself.
didn't we have coins?
Uh,
I thought we had like a token.
No, that was what we used while we were walking around down in the Underdark. But that had the other symbol on it, the like house that we were working for, I suppose.
Gotcha.
At least that, if I'm remembering that correctly, that's what we had.
Now that you say that, I vaguely remember something about that. That was a long time
Yeah.
ago, though.
Alright. So you guys spend the rest of the evening there. You get just one awesome spread of a meal that gets brought out to you. Dosen.
He's here. No.
Jank, he's really fast. Dosen, yeah, just feeds you all very well. He has nice chambers for you guys to stay in, and you have a nice night's sleep. Wake up refreshed the next day with all your spell slots back.
Yay.
You were worried.
Well, you know, you never know.
Yeah. Well, I'm about to blow my top 2 spell slots. So.
I feel
As
that.
you wake up, roll initiative.
It's for a good cause.
Alright, first thing in the morning, we're going to north of Corrido, correct? Or
No, we were gonna go
going
to Agama first.
Okay.
We were gonna go there. We were gonna talk to them, and then we were gonna go from there to Corrido, spend the night in Corrido, and then I can take us back to the city the next day.
You don't think it would be better to sleep in Agama rather than Corrido?
I mean, we could do that. Yeah, we can go to Corrido first if that's what you guys want.
Because
and sleep in Agama.
being out there, where
Yeah.
a dragon
No, that
could
makes
attack
sense.
us at any time.
Yeah. Okay. So Greedo first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or wherever we were fighting. It's like
Yeah.
south or north of Corito.
It is north of Corito. It is in those woods as we were
Yeah,
heading
it
towards
was-
the hags.
Oh, that's correct.
Right. Okay.
And then
so
remember, I was basically like a Zeppelin gunner in your mouth.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I remember the look of a tree north of Garrido, close to where we were fighting the dragon,
Okay.
and I cast transport via plants, and we all walk through the portal.
All right. Dosen wishes you guys, safe travels and looks forward to hearing back from you. And you guys walk through the plant. Go ahead, Manasa. Give me an intelligence check.
Oh.
See how close we got.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh!
Damn.
We got close.
You're good at remembering trees.
I'm a druid. I like trees. I grew up with trees.
Next time you have to do that roll, you're gonna be like, I like trees. I grew up with trees. We pop up somewhere completely different. You're like, trees.
You step out of this tree, and as you do,
There's a scale, right?
you walk out and you step and you immediately smell this acrid smell. And you look around, and this section of forest around you looks like it's not doing too well.
Okay.
It's kind of a lot of the leaves are just like brown and wilting. The water that accumulates in this swamp is especially murky and disgusting looking.
I look behind me, and the tree looks darker than I remember, almost burnt, with the leaves not as green as I remember them being.
Yep, exactly.
Hmm.
This part of the forest seems to be suffering for some reason.
Could this be from the dragon's, like blood or scales being left here?
Acid that he may have spit.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to make like an intelligence check?
Oh.
Do it, me. Do it.
Do it.
Think.
Yeah, you think that's probably what did it. Something to do with the dragon. I mean, yeah, you're pretty sure this dragon is all about acid and stuff like that, so probably good. Either like some of its breath like landed here, or maybe it was a scale or blood.
I imagine the whole Stratava are just walking through the tree with hazmat suits on, like ready to go. Alright, I'm gonna...
It's not too bad. It's enough that you can smell it.
Gotcha.
It's probably like only bad for a long exposure, so like just being here isn't bad, but if we lived here for like days, then it would start to affect us.
Do I see any areas of trees that maybe looked like rustled? Like, you know how you're seeing like, oh, bear scratch here or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like something
go ahead and
where a
make a-
scale might have
I'll,
fallen.
Open my cloak just so I can see a little bit better and help out, since I know what we're looking for.
Okay. Make a perception check. I was gonna say with advantage, but since you're all doing it, Liston, go ahead. Make your perception check, and it's really hard from this one spot. You know, like you can see the trees like right around you, so you don't notice anything particularly like that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Can I do the same thing after using my... I'm gonna fly up, but like not very far, and like sneakily. I'm gonna
Okay,
play...
so you're gonna polymorph.
No, I'm gonna play Das Loot.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
I'm-
yeah, it's a pretty overcast day, but obviously you're not like flying up into the clouds or anything. You fly up and you you look around and yeah, you think you see an area like not too far off, maybe a couple 100 feet, where it looks like there might have been a touchdown of a couple large creatures.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the group, land and point in the direction. Start heading that way. And how far away did you think it looked?
Couple 100 feet.
Oh, okay, then easy. I'm gonna cast
Yeah.
locate object now, because that's 1,000 feet.
Okay. And
Uh,
yeah, you get
yeah, just any piece of Rhabdolaxolith.
Rhabdolaxolith.
so you know which direction that where you crashed down was, right over there. You're pretty sure that's the spot.
Okay.
But it's kind of leading you back to your right and behind you, to the south, and you're pretty sure that you kind of like do a little bit of, you look up to the sky, look that direction, that way. Okay, yeah, that's probably the direction that you flew, like over. You think it's pointing you back, in the flight path somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just head to the direction of locate object, wherever it's taking me.
So, can you post that locate object?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So you walk for a little while, and probably maybe like 5 minutes, and you get to a spot where you, as you're walking, you suddenly realize, oh, I gotta turn around. You know, like, gotta turn around. You walk back that way a couple feet, and it's somewhere very, very close to you, but you're standing in like a shin-high like muck and mud.
I'm going in.
Little help, boys.
Yeah, meat dives right in around where your feet are, and starts just kind of scraping around in there, and you think you hit like a rock or something, but as you grab it and you pull it up, you realize it is a large black dragon scale.
Da-na-na-na.
Alright.
Awesome.
Good
And
work.
about this,
Mission accomplished.
while you are celebrating your very well done effort to find exactly what you wanted, you hear a roar.
God damn it!
I immediately cast transport via plants on the closest tree that I see to Agama.
All right, and as the black dragon swoops down from the sky, taking a deep breath, you all run into the tree
You run into the tree.
and come out at Agama.
God, that guy's such a dick.
Yes.
Good reflexes.
Well, it's a good thing I was already thinking about what tree I wanted to send us to in Agama, because if I'd had to try to remember a tree at the same time, whew, I don't know if we would have made it.
You must have like thousands of trees in your head, Manasa.
I do have a lot of trees. Yes.
Okay. Well, that worked out better than I thought it would.
Yeah. And we got what we needed.
Some lizard folk in the area not far from the city where you've transported to stand up, and they like look over, and they kind of like realize who you are, and they just kind of stand there and watch you guys.
Okay. We start making our way to the leader. Forget her name.
Actually.
Atuak.
Bless you.
Yeah, so you make your way through the city. Make your way downtown.
Making our way downtown.
You come across the council building that you had the trial at. And you go inside, and Atuak and some other lizard folk are standing around deliberating something. She seems to be giving out some kind of assignments, handing out pieces of paper. And she sees you walk in. Her, she's to reiterate, her brightly colored scales seem to be very vibrant today. She's kind of got a little bit of a limp, walks with a cane, looks over at you and says, I see you came.
Hmm.
Thanks for giving us the heads up. Now, what is it? I assume you want to discuss this military action.
There's not much to discuss. If you do not join us in our military action, the entire lizard folk population will either suffer or die for it.
Things
there will
are.
not be a peaceful solution with Jorant. He is not someone that you can negotiate with.
Things are grim right now. But I think you're overreacting a bit.
I have seen what he is doing. If anything, I am underreacting. I have seen the lizard folk and the torture that he is putting them through, and what he is trying to accomplish will be much worse.
Make a persuasion check. With advantage.
I'm about to suggest this whole damn village.
Oh, God damn.
Inspiration? Bardic inspiration?
Yeah.
No. I'm gonna say it's a little late for that. The thing has already happened.
Shit.
Oh, no.
But regardless, she seems swayed. She says, give me 10 minutes. I will assemble the council. Please. And she motions like, for you to take a seat if you want.
I would prefer to stand. Thank you.
I'll take the seat and I'll open up my book and I'll start flipping through pages and look at Liston occasionally.
Do I see drawings on these pages, or?
I hold it close to my chest.
Listen, make a perception check.
I'm assuming he's got a good sleight of hand.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you don't notice. He kind of clutches it close to him a little too quickly for you to notice. Atuak gives some orders to some lizard folk, and they run off. And shortly after, the other three council members walk in one by one. Nebrit, the kind of very dull colored, kind of maybe crossbred lizard folk, kind of eyes you pretty sternly as he takes his seat. And Hizzard kind of waddles in, dragging his butt and his tail across the ground. There's a big kind of flappy lizard jowls like hanging down, and his eyebrows that kind of swoosh like down over his eyes. So you're kind of wondering how he can even see.
Magic!
And the lithe, older lizard folk. I forgot what was her
Cylinder?
name?
Cylinder?
Solonik?
Selenek, yeah. Walks in gracefully with her staff and takes a seat and nods, kind of half bow to the Stratava.
Hmm.
And Ashwork says, "The council has been informed of what you told me via your magical message. The problem is convincing the people to go to war with the Yuan Ti, a force that surely will crush us in the long term. For the patricide that killed the former clan chief. How do you expect us to instill the confidence in our people to go to war for you?"
Hmm.
You call him patricide. I call him friend. You call him killer. I call him searcher of answers. If you want people to follow, meet my friend, you will find the real killer of his father, because he is not the man who killed your former chief. And maybe the people will follow him as the chief's son when they know that he is not the one who killed his father.
What she says is true. I did not. I did not kill Savasha. I happened upon him. and I've
Yes,
been
I
seeking him.
remember. I remember, Nibrit says. I remember discovering you there. I hope. I know what I saw. And I hope that you speak the truth.
I'm looking
But
at. I'm looking at the expression of Achuak this whole time.
she looks pretty. She kind of always looks a little bit irritated. But she's irritated but listening.
Okay.
And
I'm looking at the expression of the plain-looking guy. The
that's talking.
yeah.
Nibrit. Yeah.
Yeah, he also looks frustrated but he's trying his best to. You could go ahead. Actually, I'm sorry. Go ahead and make insight rolls. The two of you.
Galavar raises his hand to speak.
Oh.
Oh Jesus.
Give me 1 second. But Nebrit continues. He says, "I would love to know for sure, 100%, who killed your father. But the trail is cold by now." And
Trail is cold
Savasha,
because you blamed one man and never looked for answers, and now years have passed.
Selenek speaks up and says, I tried to divine the answer. Spirits just will not speak of it. There's something in the land that has intimidated the spirits into no speech, or has blinded them. It is very frustrating.
I think that in itself is more proof that my friend is not the murderer. He is not
Galavar.
capable. He was not at the time capable of confusing the spirits.
Galavar raises his hand and says,
Since this seems like such a big deal and the spirits won't help you, have you guys asked the sword what happened? And I'm looking at everyone's reaction with all of my eyes.
They they kind of look amused. Go ahead and you can roll an insight too if you want.
Okay.
No.
Oh, that's good.
Yours is
They
much
kind
better
of-
than ours.
They roll, or I'm sorry, they all look a little amused. Nebrit kind of like chuckles like one solitary huff. Says, "Well, you think the sword has a mind of its own? I know of weapons like this. That sword is not one of them."
Hmm. Are you sure though?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Have you tried asking it?
They so Achuak and kind of motions for lizard folk to come over, and she like tells it to go get the sword, and they
Is this gonna be like a transistor thing to where my dad's soul is in the sword?
they bring it out, and she sticks it in the ground in front of them and sits down and looks at it and says, "Sword, who killed Sivasha?" And then like
Can I
puts her ear up to it. She says,
stealthily?
"The sword hasn't said anything."
Can I stealthily cast detect magic on the room and just general area? See if there is something keeping people from talking. Or
So
the spirits.
you go to start casting a spell. Go ahead and I guess make a sleight of hand check.
Well, I mean, they're all going to be distracted by myself and Meat, who have been doing all of the talking. They're probably not really looking at the other members of the Stratava.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
now Galavar.
Well, I gave him
Alright,
disadvantage. Actually. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they're distracted. Somehow you start casting a spell, and you're muttering to yourself and moving your hands around with your orb, and you cast detect magic. Other than the stuff you know about on your friends, you do detect a few magic items coming from the council members, and you detect that the sword is very magical.
Okay.
Ooh.
And then who was it that said it doesn't hear anything from the sword?
Eshuak.
Achuak.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
I look at the sword, and in kind of a play, I'll also look at some of the ethereal stuff that's moving around.
Okay.
So I have some sort of realism to it. I'm like, wait, you don't hear that?
I
And
I
get
do
closer
not
to the sword.
hear anything. Okay.
I don't think anyone spent enough time with this sword to really be able to listen to it.
Is that so?
Yes, it's very faint. Come closer.
Oh god.
I have my ear pressed up to the metal at this point.
Nebrit walks up and he squats down face to face with you. You can feel his like hot lizard breath on your face.
I scoot back a little bit.
I still don't hear anything.
Well, maybe you and I should spend some time with this to listen closer together. And I raise my hand and I actually put it back down, like, all opposed?
And all 4 council members like put their hands up. Although Hizzard and Silinik are a little bit slower to do so.
I see. So you don't want the truth.
I'm sorry to say, I think this might just be a little bit of a waste of our time. If anything, it's not to be rude.
What if I tried to speak with it? Like Meat steps forward. Perhaps if it was attuned to my father, maybe it'll be more forthcoming to the sun.
Perhaps. Go ahead.
So like, Meat just goes up and kind of like rests his hand on the pommel.
It does, after a few seconds, start to purr slightly.
Oh. So it's like resonating.
Yeah.
Am I able to discern any kind of like communication, like audibly or maybe like internally?
Not really. It kind of vibrates a little bit.
What type of magic did I detect from the sword? What school
Um,
of magic?
let's see. It's kind of a soup of a few different types of magic that were possibly just used to create the sword in the first place. But a little transmutation, little divination,
Mm.
uh, and that that's it's probably between those two.
Hmm. There's something to this blade.
Well,
It's reacting to my touch.
that's not doesn't surprise me. You are Sivasha's son, but it doesn't prove that you didn't kill him.
So Meat like grips the handle of the blade and just kind of uh, sternly demands, "In the name of Savasha, I command you to speak."
It doesn't do much else. Look,
Hmm.
unless you can find some way for you do something, you know our people. You know who we are. Aside from doing something incredible that proves yourself to everyone, I don't see you regaining the trust. We either need concrete evidence or we need you to change everybody else's minds. We can't do it for you.
Hmm.
Are we certain that
And
everybody in this room is been forthwith with their information? Nobody's hiding anything? Maybe for personal gain? When I look at Achuak.
Etchwag stands up and says, I will not have you in my court insinuating that one of my council members killed Savasha.
We were actually insinuating you did.
You were the one to gain the most from Savash's death. Why wouldn't you be the highest one in question?
Yeah, Meat is very skeptical of Achuak at this point.
I think we're done
Achuak
here.
I think
is a
if the rest of the council agrees, I could cast a spell and perhaps learn some truth about what has happened here.
I decline.
What do you
think you
have to
all
lose from this?
Because by not doing this, you have your lives, your whole entire tribe, and the entire lizard folk to lose.
I look to the other members of the
By-
council and I say, please,
By not joining us, you are condemning yourselves to death. And the rest of the lizard folk as well.
fine, I will submit to your magical prying. But I do not request that the rest of my council members go through the same humiliation.
It'll do nothing if
uh,
you're innocent.
Does me think that she's hiding anything? Like, me's
Go
very
ahead.
skeptical of her
Make an
trying to
insight.
dismiss others. Alright. Ah, damn it! Indomitable!
I think that's just saving throws, isn't it?
Wait, hold on. Where is Indomitable? You can reroll a saving throw that you fail. Shit!
She says, "This city has goings on that I don't want everyone to know about. I don't want everybody to know about what exactly we have in our stores, what our manning is like."
So you're worried more about your economy than you are the lives of every single lizard folk in your village and every other village. This is not just your lives. This is not just the lives of the lizard folks in your village. It is the lives of all lizard folk.
Yeah, me to speak up at this point and be like, you're asking me to prove myself, and yet I have been journeying across the marsh, freeing our people, and fighting back against this tyranny while you have sat here and demanded results.
This will
You
only.
are asking him to prove that he did not kill his father. Why don't you prove that you did not?
It's impossible. Either
Not
way,
if we
I
have
It
can't.
is not.
Liston.
I'm going
It
to
is not
cast
impossible.
Bane at second level or at third level. So, and I target every member of the council.
And she says, "You will cease immediately." And electricity courses from her head down through her feet and her hands, and she drops her staff and raises slightly off the ground.
She is the Senate.
Oh, shit.
What's wrong, Achuek? You afraid we've learned too much?
We are to save your people. You are condemning them to death.
I
We
still
to save
cast.
my
I still
people.
cast Bane at third level, or no, second level. So I target.
I'm gonna tap Liston's shoulder and cast warding bond onto him.
Here, I'll be right back real quick, but I'm listening.
All right, so you guys are basically attacking this council.
Well, did the other ones agree to the?
They did not.
Okay, that's fine.
They all basically leap to their feet. Yeah. All right. I guess let's roll for initiative.
And they all have to make charisma saving throws.
All right. Yeah. Everybody, go ahead and roll for initiative.
Do we? Are we not
We don't actually
targeting
have
Can't click on
tokens?
my
Yeah, we could.
token yet.
Oh, my bad. I should probably put you in. Yeah. I mean, like, I don't exactly have a map for this, so actually, I mean, I got. Nah. Whatever. Blank page.
Juicy crackles, huh?
What did you give me?
I
Galdor?
put a warding bond on you. As long as I assume you have the ring on that I gave you, Liston, you're not so much of a so angry at me for criticizing your grammar the other day.
I don't know. What does this ring do? I'm gonna identify this ring after this is over.
There we go.
Mm.
So you get while you're within 60 feet of me, +1 to your AC and
Holy
saving throws,
shit.
and you have resistance to all damage. But I take the same amount of damage you do.
Oh, okay.
But increased AC and saving throws.
Oh.
Where's my token? Oh, there you are.
Well, this shit got intense.
You do probably realize that in doing this, you will probably have no chance of getting them to comply with you.
Hmm.
Unless we can prove with his Bane.
I
That
don't
was.
really.
I have another spell, but I need another spell to cast. I was just casting Bane as a precursor to a different spell. This will make
Let's
people.
see.
Bane just makes them more honest if they fail,
Fair enough.
or makes the other spell work or not.
All right. Let's see. Well, I don't have another good. All right. What do we want to use? All right. So, all
Sorry,
right. This is this one right here is Hatchwag.
Now, Meat's still standing with his hand around the sword, right?
So yeah, it'd be kind of like in the middle of the chamber.
Yeah. Okay.
So you could probably even use the sword to fight with.
How?
Grab it out of the ground. You've already
It's-
got your hand around
I'd
it.
be able to grab it, but I wouldn't be attuned to it yet, right?
No, I think you have to spend a night attuning to it.
It takes an hour.
Oh, an hour.
Well,
This is what was his name? Hazard.
yeah, needs like because everything kind of started up and he was a little bit distracted by the sword, kind of half focusing on the conversation and half like trying to glean anything from it.
Yeah, I got a 12.
You can click on yours and then just rewrite it, right?
Oh,
Jesus, why?
Ooh.
yeah. If you click on them, Manasa, you can edit it yourself.
Yeah, I did. It was just taking me a minute to get it all.
That is Nebrit. Hazard gets a. Hmm, yeah. No, not that. Bad math. Alright, so you guys start casting spells. They all jump up from their seats. Argral, it's your turn. If you're gonna take an action, you feel the electricity in the room. Not, maybe literally and not literally start to amp up.
So nothing has been done just yet, but
Right.
everyone is kind of on edge.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna attack, but I am gonna run up next to Meat and sort of just stand there and, flex my muscles and be like, sort of like, don't do this shit,
Intimidation.
Make an intimidation check.
Cool.
And we're gonna make it a strength. Actually, make a strength check.
I'll try to see if it'll work first. Nope.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, make a strength check. This will be a strength-based intimidation.
He's gonna do that thing to where his pecs dance.
Yeah, muscles just ripple
Nothing
under.
cherry between them.
Oh no.
Okay. Yeah. So, are you proficient in intimidation?
Intimidation. I have
Is there a
I have
blue
plus-
check mark?
+5. Yeah, check.
Yeah. Okay. So you got a 17. Let me roll.
I think it's already
Roll.
edited, isn't it? Oh wait,
No,
never
it
mind,
says
because that's strength
modifier.
check. Yeah,
Yeah,
never
he
mind.
had to roll something else.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Why are my checks broken? I don't understand.
Yeah. Achuak looks, maybe because you, she's the closest, but when you ran up, she flinched pretty hard. And, she...
Oh, do I know who failed?
Me to yell out to her, what, asking what is she hiding?
Do I know who failed Bane, by the way?
You haven't cast it yet.
Oh. Okay.
She prepares to cast a spell, but doesn't actually cast anything. Nebrit takes like 3 steps back toward the back of the room.
He seems like the least combat-oriented of them.
Right. Galavar, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'll just kind of support Argo here, step up a little bit. Put my bow in one hand and then just like twirl an arrow with my fingers on the other hand.
Okay.
And I'll just I'll dodge.
Okay.
Things get dicey.
All right, Liston, are you casting Bane still?
Yeah, and with it I'm going to say, this will not hurt you, just make you more honest. We only wish to learn the truth.
All right, let me roll some stuff here.
I believe my Bard DC is 16, and it's Charisma on Bane.
Okay. Charisma, fail, success, fail. So, and
I
it's
did
a
it on.
30-foot
I did it on all 4.
30-foot range, right?
But it's only 3
Up to
targets,
3.
isn't it?
You did a fourth
I did it
level
at
or a
4th
second
level.
level, right?
Oh.
Second level. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
And what's the range on it, though?
30 feet.
Did I just do it?
Yeah, 30 feet.
30 feet.
Okay, well,
You are
You're gonna get into a better
45 feet away.
can I move first? Having known that he moved and knowing my spell
Sure.
level. Okay. I'd be right here then.
All right, so all let's see, all but.
Oh, is he still not in it?
actually-
Is that not 35?
Yeah, you need to be one more
Oh,
forward.
okay.
Yep, now he's in it.
So Listen goes like menacingly stomping through as he says, "This will not hurt," and casts a spell. Let's see. So Bane succeeded on him on who? Wait, who succeeded? Oh, Hizzard. Hizzard didn't get it. Hit everyone but Hizzard.
Okay,
That's fine.
That's fine. I don't really give a shit.
Manasa, it's your turn.
I take the whole person scroll out of my backpack, and I just prepare to cast it if one of them starts to make a move, and I move here next to Galavar.
All right, so Achuak seems to be like holding a spell to release. Just so you know. And you're holding a hold person?
Yeah.
Okay. You said a scroll, right?
Yes, I don't
Okay,
have it
so
prepared, but I have.
You
a
pull
scroll.
out a scroll and unfurl it, and are holding it at the ready to say the command word. Hizzard is like,
Oh, this was completely unnecessary.
You're right, it didn't have to come to this.
and he just kind of scoots back 5 feet.
That's fine.
Silinek gets down on her knees and just kind of goes into like a meditative posture.
Choose the shaman person, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Meat, it's your turn.
I'm gonna pull the sword from the floor, like the dirt floor that it was stabbed into before, and just hold it at the ready, trying to concentrate on the blade. See if I can glean anything from it. just like Meat's kind of speaking to it, just like, tell me something, anything.
Yeah, and you do feel something. You feel something in your mind. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Wise. Oh. Whoa. Indomitable. That is a saving throw.
Okay, go ahead, re-rolling it.
Oh,
no!
my god.
Oh my god, the second time was worse.
You hear Black Razor talk to you.
Oh.
He's getting jealous.
It's a nice sword, Meat. I don't really like it, though. Let's see what it does to Achuak.
No.
You see Meat hold the sword up and begin to charge Achuak.
I use hold person on meat.
Meat, go ahead and make a wisdom saving throw.
Holy sh! Don't
Please
succeed
fail
it.
this.
Nice.
Oh, thank God.
Oh yes!
Manasa says a few words from the scroll as it turns to ash instantly, and Meat stops in place. But what Meat sees is he's completely surrounded and covered, being held by vines.
Mhm.
And Achuak flinches, and it looks very confused because, for one, Meat just started to charge her, and Manasa used the scroll to stop him.
Meat can't really say anything because he's like under the influence right now.
Right. Pretty much all Meat does is grit his teeth. And I need you to make 2 wisdom saving throws. First against Black Razor, second against Hold Person.
Is there a physical thing that we can tell that he's like under the influence?
Not really, no. You there's nothing physically that manifests.
I mean, all you notice is that suddenly Meat is trying to harm another lizard folk.
Yeah.
Which is against what we were.
I had a prior conversation with Meat about the fact that Black Razor was trying to convince it to hurt people, so I have a pretty good idea of what's going on.
Yep, Manasa knew because she knew.
Mhm.
So, but Meat, you're no longer, you snap out of it. Fighting against these vines was enough to break you out of this trance.
Which
that
doesn't
Black
really
Razor-
look good that he's got a sword that's making him want to kill people, and we're trying to convince
I know.
that he's
But he
innocent.
didn't have the sword when his dad
Yeah.
died.
True.
So,
but they don't
Meat
know
just
that.
like kind of through his teeth says like, "Get out of my head."
Make another wisdom saving throw, Meat. You're still
You're
bound
being
by these
held, yeah.
vines. And Argyle, it's your turn. Meat's just kind of stuck with this sword up in the air.
Can I like shake him out? Try to shake him out of it? Like grab him and shake him?
Yeah, absolutely. How hard are you gonna shake him?
I mean, not hard enough to hurt him, but pretty hard.
All right,
Roll for
so
whiplash.
Argyle starts shaking the shit out of Meat, and it's like Meat has no resistance to it. You just kind of like as you you just shake him, and his sword's just kind of waving around in the air, and Meat, you can speak your mind now if you want.
Yeah. It's Black Razor. It's trying to do something. Get it away from me.
Oh, I want to grab Black Razor out of his hand and then like
Okay.
throw it.
No,
behind.
it's not in my hand. The
Oh, shit.
other blade is in my hand. Black Razor's
Oh,
on my
okay.
back.
Yeah.
That's right.
So Argyle grabs Black Razor out of its sheath, and and
Whoa,
it
I'm
tells
getting some weird deja vu.
it tells you unhand me, you unwashed beast.
Shut up. I'm gonna
Sword ass
toss it.
bitch.
I'm just gonna like toss it on the ground behind us.
Etchwag says, "What is the meaning of this?"
We're all shrug. Talking swords, am I right? They're pretty common in.
Nebrit runs out of the room.
Shit.
Listen, or Galavar, it's your turn.
Dodge.
Okay,
Can
listen.
somebody go get a? All right, that's fine.
Yeah, Galavar, go after the dude.
Okay. Okay. Hold on. I changed my mind then.
So you're gonna chase one of the town's council members, probably through the town.
Well, how fast is he? Is he already gone?
Past a-
How fast did he
Past
go?
a bunch of lizard folk. There are other lizard folk that were in this room that have also started running away.
Okay.
So yeah, I just let him run
All
for
right.
now.
Well, I guess. Here we go. I'm gonna cast Mass Suggestion then,
Okay.
and I'm going to say, if you are withholding information of Savash's death or personal gain, speak it now.
Okay. So all three of them.
Wisdom
see.
saving throw minus a D4 because of Bane.
Yep. Wisdom saving throw. Let's see. Bloop.
It's the first time I've done this
And-
combo.
Yeah, it's an effective combo. And your DC is 17?
18.
18.
Nice.
Oh, let me just to make sure. Yeah, okay. So all three of them just start talking like at once.
Wow, so all of them had something? Holy shit, none of this council is good.
They basically all they tell you is they start talking about where exactly they were when they heard the news. They pretty much all confirm that there was never really any evidence that Meat killed his father, other than the fact that Nebrit had found Meat with the hunter, which is the name of the sword, in a bloody mess next to his father, and they talk about how it was, if anything, they just there's no way to disprove that Meat had done it, and it was the best. It was like the simplest solution, simplest answer, and that they believed that if anything, it would at least having some kind of closure, pinning it on Meat, even if he didn't do it, would allow the clan to move on and rebuild.
Okay. So
So
from
the
that,
one
even
that might have information is currently sprinting across the village.
Can I retroactively cast haste on myself?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so from the three people in here who all failed, they start talking, and none of them said anything about how they had any personal gain besides just that they wanted to move on with the village as a whole.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Well,
Well, there won't be a village if they don't get their shit together.
Etchwag stops casting her very powerful-looking lightning-based spell. It says, "Now that we've gotten this out of the way, are you going to leave us?"
I won't leave till we have answers, and currently the only one of us with answers ran out that door. Funny how he was the only one of you that ran away from this. Is that not suspicious?
She thinks
He's also
about
the
it for
one-
a second and she says, she turns around and some lizard folk is like several guards have like run in at this point, right about this second. And she says, Nebrit, find him. Bring him back to us. And they turn around like hesitantly. She says, all of you, go. And they all turn around and run out.
I start swinging my shoulder. I was like, I bet you I could find him faster.
So
Let-
by this time, like, meat isn't like bound by the vines anymore, right? Like,
I don't know. Make
I
a few
would've-
more wisdom saving throws.
I can get rid of him, right? Like,
Oh yeah,
since
that's
it's my
true.
stuff.
You could drop it.
I take once Black Razor is no longer on meat's back, I take the vines away.
Okay.
Yeah, oh, that's good. Okay. Meat would look at Atchwak and point out, like, Nebrit is the master of trade, is he not?
That is true. He is.
And I'm guessing you only have a small amount of trade networks outside of the marsh.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And so who is the biggest trade partner? Would that not be the Yuan Ti?
I mean, we can go through the records.
I have a feeling those records might not be honest.
That's true, but as you say, the Yuan-Ti, they are pretty prolific traders. We also trade with the humans quite a bit.
There's too many coincidental things that...
Why would somebody want
Hmm.
Savash dead? Was there some sort of policy that he was holding that we've changed since then?
Atchuak says, no, not really. Things have been, for the most part, adopted the same policies that Savasha had.
Is there a policy that Savasha was trying to change that didn't get changed because he died?
Well, we did abandon our efforts. We had been planning to go after the dragon. Ravna Laxalith was on Savasha's sights. He looked at it as the last real threat of the swamp. We felt it was Nebrit strongly opposed.
Well, that's all I need. Do you mind if I go grab Nebrit real quick?
It's
Go.
probably best that we
All
handle that.
Mm,
He won't make it far.
hope not. Hmm.
As
Can
you can
I-
tell, we had no intention of hurting you. When our girl's sword took, or when Meat's sword took him over, I stopped him myself.
Yeah, I got you. Talking sword. Got it. Why don't you get rid of that thing if it's going to be such a problem?
Yeah, it ain't as easy as that, but
Black Razor says, he needs me.
shut up, you! I was like, throw a rock at Black Razor.
Like, it like skips off of it.
Yeah.
Can
Quiet,
I,
bitch.
Cast locate creature just to find Nebrit and see if he's moving towards us.
Yeah, go ahead and click that. Yep, he is slowly moving towards you.
Okay.
And shortly after, he walks in front of several armed guards.
Meat's gonna be like sitting on the ground by this point, just kind of like cross-legged with the sword laying across his lap, just kind of eyes closed, listening to it.
He says, "Oh, I see you've all made up, and you're no longer going to kill the council of our city."
We were never going to kill the council of the city. We made it very clear that our only intentions were to get to the truth. And you are the one who ran away from us discovering the truth. So what is the truth?
I crack my knuckles. Like, we are about to find out. He should still be baned. I believe.
Okay, yeah. Well, how long does it last? A minute?
Bane lasts. Oh yeah, concentration up to 1 minute. Has it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Never mind. He's
So
not
it's
banned.
probably- Yeah.
But in any case, I'm going to cast. Ooh, do I want to do dominate person? Yeah, I'm gonna do dominate person so I can. So it's more than suggestion.
Go ahead and give me a dexterity check.
Okay.
Wait, check, not saving throw?
Check. As you go to start casting your dominate person, he grabs a sword out of the sheath of one of the lizard folk, and he goes to plunge it into his own chest.
Oh.
What is the dominate? But then he stops as he is dominated by your spell.
Oh.
Nice.
That was basically a small initiative, is what I had you roll.
Gotcha.
Standing there with the sword pointed at his chest.
I look at everybody and I'm like, oh, that was pretty interesting. Might be a little telling of somebody
Would
not
me be
trying
able to like jump up and run over there real quick?
Yeah, I'm just holding. him,
Yeah,
so.
absolutely.
I hand meat.
What are you gonna do?
I
Oh,
was gonna smack the sword out of his hand and grab him by the throat.
all right. So you do that.
Try
And
and
then-
run over it. I have some manacles.
Yeah. Galavar runs over with some manacles. He doesn't seem. He's kind of fighting you. He hasn't really been given any.
Yeah, I'm going to say, what are you hiding? Why are you?
Tell us what you're hiding.
Yeah, tell us what you're hiding, involving Savash's death or your personal gain within the village.
He says. Savasha was going to kill Lord Ravnalaxalith. We could not let that happen.
We? Who's we?
Who's we? I say. I just everything that people start asking, I pretty much repeat it into the dominate person.
My people, the Vuthagix.
You're a Vuthagix. You are nothing like Noname.
Did you kill Savasha?
I did.
Who else in this town is a Vuthagix?
Oh yeah, I repeat it. Who else in this town is a Vuthagix?
None that I know of. And then he seems to snap out of the dominate person.
Meat's got his claws dug into the sides of his neck.
Galavar, I assume you were trying to manacle him, right?
Yeah, I manacled him while he was talking.
All right, so he's got manacles on him. Etchwak says, "Well, this is very telling. You have my deepest apologies."
We don't want your apologies. We want your army.
And an extra set of manacles.
I think we can do the manacles. Let us talk about the army. She says, take him, chain him up real good.
Meat hasn't let go. He's just staring at him.
And he just like snarls back at you, but like painfully. He's trying to act tough, but he's not as tough as you are.
Meat. He will get what he deserves in time. Right now we need answers. Release him.
Mm. Meat lets him go. As much I feel it is my right to kill him, it's not my place.
If you oh, sorry.
If you should want, if we should see that he is to be executed, I think that could be arranged.
That's what I was gonna ask.
As long as you execute him in a manner fitting with our customs.
Gladly.
It says, Ravna Laxalith can see you. She will have revenge for this transgression against us.
Meat backhands him and tells him to be quiet.
He spits out a tooth, glares at you as they all cart him away.
Oh, I'm gonna grab that tooth. I'm just gonna start picking up pieces of people from now on.
Just like labeled vials and stuff. You're like, got this one, I got this one.
The all the other lizard folk that see you pick up his tooth kind of like give you like a what the fuck are you doing? Like kind of look. Hizzard looks over and he kind of like he like shrugs and like nods his head.
I feel like it wouldn't be that out of the ordinary because like our tribe is kind of like we're used to stripping down carcasses and stuff like that. So it's just kind of odd to see a human do it.
Yeah, it's more
Oh,
the
half elf.
fact that it's like they're taking a piece of us. Like that's kind of.
Yeah.
Anyways, they cart him away.
Hmm.
So, you say you have the Varanus and the Corrido. They're going to assault the Yuan-Ti. To what end?
We have talked with Dosen Silverscale. He is the second-hand man of the Yuan-Ti leader.
Yes, we are familiar with Dosen.
He has admitted that he is somewhat complicit in the recent going-ons, but he has also said that he believes that Durant is basically gone crazy and needs to be overthrown, and he is planning a coup to overthrow Durant. We need you to attack the Yuan-Ti city to distract the Yuan-Ti so that we may sneak into the lair of Durant and rescue the lizard folk inside the lair and overthrow Durant. Dosen has agreed to release all lizard folk from their slavery and to work with the lizard folk as equals if he becomes the new king.
That last part I don't so much trust.
We also do not trust that he will follow through. We are just telling you what he said, but we will be very carefully watching for him to try to stab us in the back.
Silenik says, I will work with Hizzard, and we will try to divine if this is true. I see no way that we can refuse your request. Hizzard says,
Yeah. I'll go back and do some scrying immediately.
Atchwak says, it's also believe we owe this to the I mean to Sunvara. We owe you.
Shit.
We will clear your name. Please, at least allow us a day or two.
We really must move as quickly as possible.
I understand. We must gather as much information as we can. I have people I need to talk to. We must do our best to clear Sunvara's name before we can really muster the full strength of our people. It's not only the lizard folk here in this city. We have to gather a force from all the townships in this area. I don't think we will be too much far behind the Varanus or the Corrido, as they will have to do the same.
Work as quickly as you possibly can.
Yeah, do you know how long it would take you to get over, get all these guys together and over to the Varanus?
Matter of a couple days.
If you were to look back at Sunvara, you'd see he's like looking at his hand that has like blood on it from digging into the traitor's skin. He just like starts to smear it under his eyes like war markings. He just says, time is short and we are at war.
Yes, it appears
Rally who
that we
can.
are. She turns to the other two and says, divine what you can, as quickly as you can. And they walk out the back. She starts calling for lizard folk to start taking down messages and starts sending messages to neighboring townships. He says, please, just prepare yourselves here. Stay with us for a couple days. Maybe talk with the people. Do what you can to.
Where's the hunter while all this is happening? Is it still in Meat's hands?
Meat's still
Yeah.
holding on to it.
Oh, okay.
Myself and Meat can stay, but the rest of our Stratava should probably go back to the city to continue preparations for sneaking into the lair and for the battle plans itself.
Okay,
So,
so you're talking about going back to Sistartasun?
yes, I can open a plant and just not go through it to send them to Sistarthason.
Okay.
I'll stay with, or Meat can stay and then march with them, whichever he. Because Meat probably does kind of need to stay and get the confidence of the people back.
Yeah.
But I mean, that might be. It's up to Meat, I guess.
I can
I'm
do it, but I
willing.
can't be alone.
I will stay with you then, and then we can use my plant spell to go back to Sisarthason whenever we wish.
Because I can't trust that that sword. Like I can't just discard it and then assume it'll be fine.
I thought you said you were going to just throw me in the muck, Meat.
Yeah, we both know we can't do that.
Can I, with the ring of spell storing, can I rewrite those at any time?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to take Manasa's hand and like look at the ring, and I'm going to put sending on it. And then I'm going to also put, what is it, up to level 5, correct?
Yeah,
If I can
5
have.
levels of spells.
Okay, so sending, and then I'm going to put detect. Do you already have detect magic, Manasa?
I do. I have detect magic.
Like in your own spell?
Yes, I think it's one of my circle ones, so I think I always. Let me look. Pretty sure I always have that one. Let's see.
It's level 1, so it should be all the way up to the top.
Oh, I guess I don't. I have it, but I don't have it prepared right now.
Okay, I'll put that, and then I'll also put, so you have detect magic, even if it's, I'll put alarm and featherfall.
Okay, so I have a featherfall, detect magic, alarm, and what else did I have?
You don't have detect magic anymore. It's gonna be alarm and featherfall and sending.
Okay, send.
And I'm gonna say use this if you need to contact us. And Sassoon.
You also used that whole person scroll, didn't you?
I know. I put a 0 or a.
I'll put a 0.
One that was
Oh,
extra.
okay, gotcha.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's-
make a new one as soon as I can, so I just left it there.
Good idea. Hey, it came in handy.
Yes, it did.
Achuak looks at you all and says, "You all operate with great conviction. I respect that, and I thank you for taking Sunvara into your clan."
Wait, is it Sunvara or Suvara?
Sunvara.
Okay.
Sundere.
No.
Sunvara will always be a member of our family.
Was it like that? Meat, I think.
Yeah, I believe so. Oh, no H before the R.
Okay.
So it'd just be. Right.
So she goes off to continue to make preparations.
I walk up to Meat and I say, if you want, I could drop off that other weapon in another plane, but I don't know what concerns or woes you have with it, so just a thought.
So long as nothing else can take hold of it. It is a cursed blade, and I've been trying to keep it controlled, but I'm not strong enough.
It kills something every third day. It's fine, right?
You don't know that.
Oh, sorry.
As far as like, basically, I'd just say it's hungry and it always feels starved. It wants to consume.
Well, I'm trying to think of someone who would. Does it need to consume sentient life?
It craves powerful souls.
Hmm.
If it eats something small, it just simply hungers.
Okay, so we couldn't give it to like a butcher or something.
No. It'd probably have the butcher go off and kill something related to it.
Okay, let's not do that then.
It tried to have me kill Jank. It's actually tried to have me kill a couple leaders.
Oh yeah, actually, it's had you try to kill.
So far, every
single
lizard
one.
folk leader, yeah.
And that wasn't on purpose either. I just realized
No.
that myself.
It just
it
shows how
no.
powerful the lizard folk are that Jank wants their souls.
Or
that
Black Razor does,
wants
yeah.
their souls, yeah.
Well, it
Dank
saw,
one's jerky.
it saw let me see, Iratos as a threat because Iratos saw Black Razor as a problem, like understood what Black Razor was, and so wanted to kill Iratos as a problem. But it wanted to kill Jank because Jank looked tasty.
Yeah.
So Jank has a particularly powerful soul, but that's just because he's very strong. And then it also is very hungry now, I'm assuming, because it's kind of starving, so it wanted to just kill those in front of us.
Why don't you just go throw me in the ocean if you want to be done with me?
No, you need to go somewhere where you can't influence others, at least until I can find a suitable way of dealing with you.
Good
Do
luck with
I
that.
think Dispel Magic would. And Black Razor.
You can try it.
Okay.
You're gonna cast Dispel Magic on Black Razor?
Yeah.
Alright. So you cast Dispel Magic on Black Razor, and he goes, I'm just kidding. Stop that.
So Black Razor's kind of like the fucking red crystal in Diablo, right?
I don't know.
Oh shit, okay.
Would
Yeah.
dispel evil and good work on? I mean,
On who?
on meat.
Yeah. You think it would?
Okay. Is he only possessed by Black Razor when it's starving and trying to convince him to do something, or is it something that if I cast this once, he would be permanently immune to Black Razor's effects?
Well, it only lasts for an hour, right?
One action, duration, concentration up to a minute.
Oh, up to a minute.
But it's like break enchantment. As your
Right.
action, you touch a creature you can reach that is charmed, frightened, or possessed. Creature you touch is no longer charmed, frightened, or possessed. As your action, make a melee spell attack against it. On a hit, you...
I feel
So,
like the longest temporary solution might be that like other plane idea.
Put it in a box, put it in a hole in another world, say goodbye. That's how I get rid of a lot of my problems.
There's a bunch of shallow graves in another dimension somewhere.
Galavar can't find a good place to poop. It's like hops over to a different dimension.
He's
Poops in some ethereal hole.
He's a nervous pooper. Can't even poop on the same plane as
Stage
other
fright.
people.
It's like when a dog goes out to poop and you're watching it, and it's just like,
Yeah, exactly. And before Achuak leaves, she holds her hand out to meet in request of the sword.
His father's sword?
This belongs to the people. Sunvara was important not only to you, he was important to all of us.
Savasha?
Sorry, Savasha, sorry.
As heir, I'm going to hold on to this, and for now I'm going to meditate with it. I feel like there's something innate in this blade, as if it's possibly calling to me.
Yes, I will try to convince. If this siege on the Yuan-Ti is successful, and you free the lizard folk and remove Durant, I'm sure no one will have any objection of you having your father's blade.
Of course.
Until then, I think we should
It
hold
won't
on
leave
to
this
it.
chamber.
Understood. You may absolutely spend some time with it.
Yeah. Meat goes back to just like the center of the chamber and takes the same pose, like cross-legged with the blade across his lap.
And she apparently trusts you enough to leave you with it and leaves the chamber.
Mhm.
What about the rest of you? What are you doing before we close out today?
I gotta pick up my second pair of manacles.
Oh yeah, they get you a second pair of manacles. Those weren't magical ones you slapped on
Nope, they're
Nebrit
just
earlier.
regular ones.
Okay.
I'm just kind of hanging out. I don't have any more high level spells, so I can't send them home today. So everyone will be spending the night in Agama tonight.
Mhm.
But then it's first thing tomorrow, I can send the rest of you back to the city, and I'll stay here with Meat.
Sounds good.
And then Meat and I, when he's ready, we'll come back to the city together.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get thoughts about Ravnal Axelith and whether or not him being there at Sathar Sassoon is
It's a good idea.
a good idea. Hearing about what we have today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I wonder if Meat's father had any ideas, if Rav Nalaxolith thought him dangerous enough to assassinate. He may have known a way to defeat Rav Nalaxolith, and maybe the sword will be able to tell Meat how to do that.
Like a connection to the past, almost.
Right, like what his father knew.
What if the Shade
knows?
was Mead's father? Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud.
It's an interesting thought.
Shade. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Meat's gonna, like, in meditation, see if he can recall that word.
Yeah, you can remember. You remember it clear as the first time you heard it.
See if maybe that, like, keeping that in mind while, like, trying to listen for anything from the blade. See if maybe he's able to glean some information.
So yeah, are you going to attune to it? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
Because I mean, you could attune to it and then attune back to Black Razor or whatever
Yeah.
other.
Yeah, that's what
equipment.
I was gonna do. Because Black
Um,
Razor's on the other side of the room, just kind of, like, grumbling.
I will give you the stat block for the hunter,
Ooh.
so you can
Eh.
see it, and this is what you get from it.
Can you
What you
banish
learn.
a blade?
Can you banish a blade?
Yeah, back to its original
I don't know
plane.
if you can.
I mean, I think this is its original plane. It would just banish it to a.
Back to the fucking dungeon where we found it.
Well, if you banish something and it's not its original plane, it'll go to a random plane, correct?
I think so. Let me look up
see.
banishment again.
It sends it back to its home plane unless it's on its home plane. Then it goes to a harmless demi plane and then comes back.
Yeah, but it would come back.
Yeah.
So.
Even if you concentrate on it?
Yep.
Okay.
If you finish the concentration with something that's not from the home plane, then it will stay where you
Okay.
sent it,
Gotcha.
like you
So-
did.
I'm assuming we're all, like, essentially here kind of talking, like Meat's listening to the blade, but he's still, like, cognizant of everything going on around him, so he just kind of, like, when everybody's asking these questions, he's just kind of, like, filling them into Black Razor on the things it's kind of been doing and how it's just a huge threat and can't just be, like, safe in anybody else's hands.
How you've been walking around with a ticking time bomb strapped to your back the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically a shadow over me that wants to consume everything.
Here you go, Meat. I'm sending you the stat block. There you go.
Yeah, up until, like, recently, nobody knew about this. Like, Meat's been trying to handle it, but Manasa, like, he went to Manasa, like, trying to get it some help on the matter.
Wasn't able to give him much help, just the reassurance that I would do what I can to stop him, which I did. I used Hold Person. I luckily had that spell prepared.
Yeah.
It's not what I intended to use it for, but you know.
Yeah,
It
that
worked.
played out better than I thought it would.
I know, right? I figured Hold Person was one of the best spells I had because we didn't want to actually harm any of the council members, and that would just like hold them if they decided to attack us. And then it worked really well because I was able to use it on you.
All right. So then, after you guys talk and meditates with the sword, Manasa, you send send Argrol and listen back to
The next day.
and Galavar. Sorry.
But the next day.
Oh, you're going the next day.
I used
Okay.
both my spells
That's
today.
right. So you guys get a nice sleep. You get a bunch of food given to you. They once again make accommodations. This city being of the lizard folk cities, the most accommodating to non-lizard folk. Make accommodations for our girl, and you guys get a good sleep. Get all your spell slots back. The next morning, kind of more of the same. Waiting to hear back from other towns, and Manasa
I
sends.
the rest of the group.
And I take it, Liston, our girl, and Galavar, you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See
Okay.
you soon, Suni.
And you guys end up in Sistarta soon. You walk out of the tree in the villa. Is that where you sent him?
Yes, I did. I sent
Yeah.
him to the tree in the villa.
And Dosen greets you after being notified that you've arrived, and makes sure that you have accommodations to stay there.
Cool.
And we will end there today.
All right.
All right, so that did not go like I planned. Obviously, I didn't have anything set up for that. So, but that was fun. I had fun with it. You guys are very persuasive.
I think we're getting our teamwork done.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. It was very
You know what-
interesting how that played out. I did not expect that, but like.
Yeah, that was.
There are a few speed bumps.
I've been
you know.
holding on to that Bane Mass Suggest combo since I was looking at all of my spells like a long time ago.
Bane did help. I think both of or two of the three that you mass suggested the first time would have succeeded. It was like a 19 and a 7, or no, I'm sorry, a 20 and an 18. But yeah, Bane knocked him down.
Woof.
So without Bane, then things would not have played out the way it did.
No.
Well, one of them would have spilled the beans, but on what
But
they
then we
knew.
wouldn't have known it was the other one because.
Yeah. Process
Like
of
the
it.
fact-
But yeah, exactly. Without Bane, you wouldn't have been able to eliminate Nebrit.
Yep. Because then Nebrit was the only one we hadn't actually talked to. So.
Who knew he wasn't just a coward running away?
I'm going
You
to
did.
end the stream.